Well, here's something different. Today, I'm going to share with you what I think are some really valuable tools for doing drywall, which is a drywall bit. Guys, I've seen a bunch of people doing drywall work and they keep screwing in their drywall with a regular old Phillips bit. Honestly, it makes your job slow and tedious because you really have to be careful with a standard Phillips bit. The Phillips bit is correct, but the problem is that when you're drilling into drywall, it's a soft material and you can easily overdrive your screws. So I wanted to show you 3 options for setting drywall screws to the right depth and speeding up your drywall job. It's just something I feel obligated to share. So the first thing we're going to look at are these standard inexpensive drywall bits. You can usually find these at any hardware store, and it's just a Phillips bit with a cone ring around the outside. And what that does is it's going to stop the bit when the screw is flush, just slightly sub-flush into the drywall. Let's check it out. Now it might be hard to see, but that screw is just sub-flush without breaking the paper. That's exactly what you want. You don't want to break through the top layer of paper. You just want to get that screw low enough that your compound will cover it. And that bit does that. So you can go quick, you don't have to think about it. Guys, these bits only cost a few dollars at the store. They last a long time. It's worth it if you're going to be installing drywall. Now, if you have a big project and you want to upgrade, this is the one I like. This is the one I use. Montana brand Drywall 2-in-1 setter. This is made in the USA. It's inexpensive. You can get it usually for around $7. Comes with extra bits. And it's the same exact tool, you can see. But this one comes with its own bit holder, whereas this one doesn't. And this one has a removable collar and a replaceable bit. Okay, it's that easy. The reason that's cool is, well, I'll show you. Let's test this first. There it is, guys. You cannot tell the difference. It does the same job and it does it well. Sets those screws sub-flush, nice and clean, and you don't have to worry about over drilling. But the reason I like this one over this one is because on this one, like I said, I can replace the bits whenever I want. I could also change the bits if I want to set some Torx head screws to a certain depth, just like that. But more importantly is when you're drywalling. Let's say you drive a screw and you accidentally throw it in at an angle and it's crooked and you just can't get it to go in flush. You can pop this off and just use it as a regular screwdriver to unscrew that screw and get rid of it, or just drive it in further. And then you can just pop that back on. With the other bit, you got to take the bit out, put your other bit back in. This is just right here, quick and easy. You can use it to correct errors. And DIYers, you know, we always have errors. We always do a couple of mess ups. Screw doesn't go in right. You want to take it out. Well, right there makes it a lot easier, because it can be hard to back out screws when they're already set below that collar depth. So this way, you got a quick and easy thing. And also you can just use it as a regular bit holder anytime you want. So that's why it's worth the upgrade. Like I said, it's $7 or so. Now this Montana brand, it can be hard to find locally. I usually buy them online, but don't worry. If you go to Lowe's, you might be able to find one of these. Check this out, Cobalt, that's Lowe's brand. Guess where it's made? It's made in Montana, USA. It's made by the same exact company. It's just branded under the Cobalt brand. So let me open this one up. Check it out. It's the same exact tool. So even if you can't buy Montana, you can find Cobalt pretty easily, and it's going to do the same job. And like I said, just having the replaceable bits and 2 great options. You really can't go wrong. The last one I'm going to show you is called the Dimpler. This comes in 2 brands. Sheetrock makes a brand right here, and also Bosch, I believe, makes a brand. Same thing. This one works a little bit differently. Let me show you. as you can see, this last one, I'm not happy with any of these screws. All three of them have broken through the paper and are set too low. It just sets them too low. I'm not happy with it. So this one, the dimpler, was the worst of the batch. I could not get a single properly set screw. You definitely don't want to tear through the paper. The paper is the strength of drywall. Once the paper is compromised, the screw is not doing much. And this was the most expensive one of the batch. So I would say you're better off with the cheap ones. I think this is an example of trying too hard to fix something that wasn't broken. And they came up with a really clever clutch mechanism which releases when the bit is at the right depth, but obviously it's not working that good. This does have a unique feature where you can pull that back so you do have access to the screw tip, so that if you need to correct a screw, you can do that. And also the bit is replaceable, but very difficult. You need pliers to pull that thing out. So I don't really see a benefit to this one, but I still wanted to show you guys so that you could compare drywall bits. Listen, if you pick up one of these or one of these, you're not going to be disappointed if you use them correctly. I would recommend using them with a drill, not an impact driver. Impacts are too fast and too crazy for drywall work. This gives you control. And also, don't push too hard. Let the screws drive themselves in, and as soon as you hear this popping, stop. That's all you have to do. If you're not sure what drywall screws to get, normal 2x4 construction, you'll just want to get an 1.25" coarse thread drywall screw for 1/2 inch drywall. They do sell 1 5/8" screws, and those are more for when you're using a 5/8" inch drywall. So it might sound little, but that's all you need, 1 1/4" screws. Like I said, if you're doing drywall work, just pick up some drywall bits. Your job's going to go quick, and it's going to be easier with less mistakes, with easier hole filling, and less screws sticking up. It's just going to be better. So I hope that helps somebody. So thanks for watching this little tool review, and until next time, take care.